What is up? Yet again, back with another one. I've got a big old box from Sikky in the back. That's my my headers, and I got the front of the Lexus all packed full of parts. Most of that is like front engine accessories and belts and pulleys and all kinds of stuff. So the plan is tonight I'm going to try and get at least the slave cylinder done. Kind of running out of daylight now, but I'm going to try and get it done. See what else I can get done. There's a whole lot that I can do. There's just, I don't know, there's so much to get done, it's almost like overwhelming. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be fun. We're going to a drift event. Cody Pickerel, not Cody Terry, the other Pickerel, or the other Cody Pickerel, he bought a GS, or a G35, sorry, bought a G35 with like 200,000 miles on it for $600, auto, cut the exhaust off, welded the diff, stock suspension, and he's gonna go drift tomorrow. It's his first drift event, so he's just going out there to just goof off, really. It's gonna be fun, and we'll get some ride-alongs and see how an auto G does. It's got plenty of torque, so I mean, if you can slap it in second and gun it, you might be all right. But yeah, so I'll see you guys when I get home. I see you. I see you. Okay, so here is your stock one. This one's probably seen better days, but it did fine. And the new Willwood supplied by Sikky. In this box, I've got all the fittings and stuff for the clutch slave line to the, release and all that stuff. And then you've got an adapter for the firewall. And a remote bleeder, so I'll need that, and I won't really need anything else tonight, I don't think. But first step is, what you have to do is the fork, or whatever you call this, I guess maybe the fork, you need that on here, but what you have to do is actually switch these. So inside of here, I don't know if you can see it, there's just a snap ring. Same thing on both. You have to pop them out and then snap it back in. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll talk in a second. All right, so this is all mounted up. We got the old OEM fork. I don't really know exactly what that's called. I'm just going to call it the fork. And then you've got it mounted up to the adapter, and it goes right in here. Sets on your factory studs just like that. Then you kind of get it all situated. I might go ahead and throw this side of the line, I don't know, either way. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking about putting this line on and then attaching it to the trans, but then I'm a joker, and that's not going to work, so I need to put it on the trans first. So we'll have to do this after the fact. It shouldn't be too hard, just kind of route it up underneath the brake dude there, brake booster. So I'm gonna get that locked on and figure out what I want to do next. So I just wanted to show you guys up underneath here, pardon the mess. Fork comes right through, and there is a pin, this guy right here, and a cotter pin that just bolts through and connects it to the pedal. So you throw that in and you're good to go. All right, so clutch pedal's done. So now I think what I'm going to do is, I have to find it. Oh, fuel lines. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and get the fuel lines ran and kind of situated. And Sikky also sells a full, let me get it laid out here so you guys can see, sells a full fuel kit as well. And it's pretty simple, but it makes it really nice and easy to mount everything. So let me show you. So basically, all it is a C5 Corvette fuel pressure / regulator. It's got all your AN fittings. That goes onto your stock fuel rail. I'll show you guys that in a second. This goes from the send to, the actual fuel rail. And then these guys just clamp onto your existing hard lines. They do make a long line kit, but I just decided it would be easier for me just to do the short line. So I'm gonna pop those on too. The first thing I need to do is go ahead and get this out of the way and we should be good to go. So let me pop those out, and I need to look it up. I believe this is your send and this is your return, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna find out and go ahead and get it hooked up. And just like that, it's installed. So there's factory holes here all in your strut tower. So I just popped one of the, there's like these rubber plugs and they're actually threaded underneath there. I don't remember what factory option they're for, but you can just screw that right in there. Comes with its own little brace. Everything is just there. Nothing's really tightened up yet. I wanted to make sure it was movable so I could figure out exactly where I wanted everything. The only thing I'm not a big fan of, and I think the reason they do this is because this is, I'm assuming, to go for like aftermarket fuel rails over there, which is fine because I'm eventually gonna just go ahead and do that. They're pretty cheap, even for like the fast stuff. So I'll probably get some aftermarket fuel rails, or maybe I'll reuse these fittings and just get a smaller like 6AN line straight and 90 degree and run it straight over like that. So that might be my plan for now, but this wouldn't be so funky if maybe I could route it like behind my coolant reservoir like this, and maybe I'll do that for now just to kind of, you know, keep it a little bit tucked and less obnoxious, you know, kind of push it down in there like that. And that's much better even just like that. It's still freaking weird, but it won't be bad when it's literally running around the back of the engine to over there. So yeah, that's that. Let me show you guys the trans. It's in the back of the Lexus, mainly because I forgot to take it out last night. Let me unlock it. Forgot to take it out last night when people were here, or the night before. I don't know. But yeah, I picked this up for a heck of a deal. Ended up getting it, a Mgw Shifter, which is, you know, kind of what you want to do with these swaps, and I'll show you why here in just a second. So it's in the back here with all my cleaning stuff. It does fit in there. So we've got the bell housing, throw-out bearing. This one actually already has a remote bleeder on it, but I'm not going to be using that. I've got a brand new one. So actually I could go ahead and take the slave off and put my hard lines on, which I might do. I don't know. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait because we're going to be moving it a lot, and I want to do that right before we put it in. But the Mgw Shifter, it's a short shifter, and the reason it's awesome is because in the 240s, it sits about 2 inches forward in your trans tunnel, so this actually moves it 2 inches back. You can put this at like 45-degree angles, and this will literally put it almost exactly in factory location. So that's that. Came out of a Trans Am, so F-body Camaro. So came out of an F-body Camaro. Unknown miles really, but it was in a drag car and it gave him no problem. So that will save for another day. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of some of these boxes because I got a lot of them. Since we got some parts already installed, let's go. Oh man, let's see here. Let's get this thing undone here. Where should I put it? I've got wiring specialties on both. Pull this thing off. Oh no! Don't you do that to me. I've got a bunch of these stickers. They definitely like to send them. And since I'm paying all this money for their parts, I'm gonna freaking use them. And come home. Hashtag get Sikky. Boom. So obviously, guys, let me talk about my plans for the exterior of this car real quick. Put this in the trash. The aero, the front bumper is good. It's got a small crack in it, but it's good. The side skirts from the ship, or from wherever I got these, I can't remember at this point, they were an inch too short right there, and I lengthened them. Figured that would be a good spot. It's like really, you know, really simple to do it, and on both sides I lengthened them, and it just made them really loose, and they fit pretty good now. But there was an inch, you know, they were an inch too short from fender well to fender well, so I had to lengthen them, and I didn't notice it, you know, obviously until after we had received the package, which means you can't ship it back, which sucks. So that, I want new side skirts. I do want to do a rear bumper. I know exactly what I want to do. I'm going to get rid of the duckbill because I want to go big wing. And I've got some friends that are going to help me out with that. And I want to do, all right, so this quarter, let me get back here. I'm like a squirrel when I'm talking about this stuff. This quarter panel is, you know, it's got some rust behind this. So it was fixed with Bondo forever ago. And I mean, it's still pretty straight. Just the seam right here is getting, you know, a little funky. So my plan is to cut these out, do overs. Obviously need new front fenders. That's, you know, called barrels and cones and drifting. Nice little split right there. That's sharp. So I need new front fenders. And with the LS's, they are warm. So I'd like to do some sort of vented hood or a hood vent or something like that. So what I'm planning on doing is getting some Origin stuff, get front fender side skirts, overs in the back, and then the front or the rear bumper. That's kind of my plan, but that's going to be, you know, down the road. I've got to finish this swap first, and we all know that that is some money. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night with everything I've done this evening. Got a few things done, just stuff that, you know, I can do and feel like I made some progress with it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're having a drift, or we're going to a drift event. It's going to be a blast. So if you're in the area, hopefully I'll see you there. And later.